It's a sort of different take on it.
Yeah, it's the camp version.
Noddy, it's great to see you. I wish I could say you look good for your age, but frankly, after Honor Blackman, you look a bloody disgrace.
Oh, I admit it, you're bloody right.
What are you? You're like 57? Look at you. You look like 92. Come on, Noddy.
Well, it's the drink and the good living.
Have her book and go home and read it.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And don't go straight to the section about porn. That's a great laugh you got there, Nod.
Do you think so?
Fantastic. And, of course, a great voice. John Lennon himself once said he thought Noddy Holder had, I think, one of the best voices in rock. Did he not say?
He did, actually. It was the best compliment I ever had. He came into the recording studio in New York where we were working. And he said, I like this band. That bloke sounds just like me. That was the best compliment.
I think you should be honoured more. You're an MBE, aren't you?
I am an MBE.
That must have been quite exciting, was it, when that happened? You must have been surprised?
Well, it was a great kick, mainly for my family as much as for me. I took my missus and my little lad down. My little lad was 6 at the time, and it was a great thrill for him going to the Palace. And it was Charlie doing the awards that day. The Queen was in Australia.
See, the rest of us, it's still Prince Charles, but now you've got the honour, I suppose. Does he speak to you when he gives you
Oh, yeah, yeah. You have to be told all the protocol before you go up, and you have to follow it to the letter. And I went up to him, and I got this long frock coat. You have to do it up in there, obviously, tie and that. And he said, you're the best-dressed chap here today. He said, you've really made an effort. I said, I've made the effort especially for you, sir. And he was the nicest chap, really nice. He said, you're still on the road singing? And I said, oh, no, give all that up now. I'm a bit too old for that. He said, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, he was sound as a paddy, really nice bloke. And he was dressed in all the naval uniform and everything. And you can imagine why women go for him, you know, in the flesh, in the naval gear.
Actually, come to think of it, you look a bit like Camilla. You're lucky he didn't... You're lucky he didn't make... Maybe that was his way of, you know, he was testing the water. SLADE in Flame is out. This is the only sort of acting role that I've seen you in the movies. I know you've done quite a lot of TV stuff, and always very good. But SLADE in Flame was a big movie for you guys back in, was it 72, 73?
75 it came
75,
out.
wow.
Yeah, we made it in 74, came out in 75.
It was quite the hit over here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very successful, but it wasn't the sort of movie that the public were expecting from us. They were expecting a comedy slapstick run-around type film from a band like SLADE.
Like the Beatles kind of movies were, the early ones, yeah.
But we actually came out with a hard-hitting rock and roll story of what really goes on behind the scenes in a rock and roll band, which nobody would thought we'd do.
It's great just watching. I was watching it this afternoon before you came in, so I thought I'd really...
It's got a great atmosphere about it. It stood the test of time in its atmosphere, for sure.
And it's funny as well.
Oh, there's some funny bits in it, but there's a lot of dark side to it as well.
Yeah, let's have a look. No, that's... you're mixing that with Star Wars. You've got the dark side. That's... Feel the Force, Noddy. Noddy, I am your father. Let's have a look. This is a little taste of SLADE in Flame.
The management have requested me to sniff out the owner of these. He's just found them in the gents. Still warm. She can't be far away. Now, come on, don't be shy. We don't want anybody catching cold. Winter drawers on. Really? Oh, it's all right. We've just found they belong to him. It sleeps in him! Over his head!
Everywhere has a wheeler and dealer racing the back streets of town. Everywhere has a spieler who's a clown.
What a great film.
Seems like only yesterday.
Did it really? Yes. You know, that because, man, those sideburns you used to have, they were quite a piece of work, weren't they?
They were a piece of work. That was one of my traits in the early 70s, plus the top hat with mirrors.
You were the only guy who was bold enough to go out with that foliage on there.
Absolutely.
Did he take a lot of tending, a lot of caring?
He did, actually. It took a long time to grow him at that tender age, and I had to look after him.
Did you do all your own clothes, or did your mum help, or what happened? Where did all the clothes come from for you guys?
We had them made. They were all our own ideas, but we had them all made. But I actually made the top hat with mirrors myself. I got the... I bought the actual top hat. I bought it as a coachman's hat from Kensington Antique Market in London. I stuck the mirrors on myself.
Well, fantastic idea.
Yeah. And when we used to do live shows, you never got the effect on television, but at live shows, we used to black all the audience out and the stage, hit the top hat with a single spotlight, and huge beams of light used to come off it. And I could guide it round the audience and light the audience up with a hat, and it was an amazing effect. People used to freak out.
Yeah. Who needs lasers, eh?
Exactly.
What was the daftest outfit you wore then? Can you remember?
The daftest outfit. Well, I wasn't the daftest in the band.
Oh, no, we know that. There he is there, look. Dave Hill. Dressed as a Christmas fairy from the look of it.
I was daft, but Dave Hill was the daftest. We were very proud of the music, and we were very conscientious about the sort of music we made. But visually, anything went really with us.
Which is, you know, we now see.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were a big Elvis fan, I believe.
I used to be, yes.
Is it true you maintain and hold firm to the belief that he is still alive?
How did you know that?
Well, someone told me this, and I think you've got to be the last person left to still cling, because we all want to think he's alive, of course, and he might
I do actually still think he's alive.
Noddy!
I do.
They buried him!
Well, I'll give you my reasons then, shall I?
If you must, but I'm telling you now, no one's going to join you on this.
Well, when he died, he was actually almost bankrupt, and I'm sure it was a ploy of the Colonel's that he could actually get him out of the mire financially. The only way to get him out of the mire, because in Vegas, he was on his sort of last legs in Vegas. He couldn't remember the songs or anything.
That's true, we've seen footage.
And I think the Colonel was shrewd enough to think, well, if we kill Elvis off, we can make tons of money, which is what did happen.
For start, there'd be insurance, presumably.
Well, it wasn't the case of that. It was the case of his records selling again.
Yeah.
So Elvis was big enough to get immunity and be on a sort of programme like they do with informers to put him out of the way.
So give him a whole new identity.
Give him a whole new identity.
A whole new hair.
And his records would start reselling. Plus, his gravestone in Graceland, his actual name is spelt wrong. Now, they'd never allow that, as religious as the family were, they'd never allow that to let that go.
You're like a modern-day Sherlock Holmes.
But that's a couple of the reasons why I think he still could be
I
around.
bet you could go on all night.
I could actually.
Well, thankfully, I'm heading off afterwards, but I'll leave a tape machine running, and I'll get back to you. Right. So where do you think he is? You think he's hidden away somewhere, but he still gets the benefit, the financial?
Oh, yeah, I think he probably does get the benefit, yeah.
Well, that's nice. I like to think he's still with us. I would like to think that he didn't die under those fairly tragic circumstances.
Well, let's hope not. It would spoil the impact, wouldn't it? It'd be great if he was still out there.
Yeah. Noddy, what's this other theory you've got? Someone told me I have another theory at the moment.
Where are you getting these stories?
Well, you're making them up.
Theory?
Don't blame me for it.
Which theory now?
I'm not forcing them on you. They're coming from your head.
Go on then, which theory?
About cows breaking wind, ending the world's problems.
Where did you find this one?
Well, I've been told this is the truth. Is it? Do you?
Cows fart continually, and the methane from cows' arses is actually making the ozone layer, the hole in the ozone layer is becoming bigger, purely through cows farting. This is a scientific fact.
So Friends of the Earth have been leading us up the wrong path all these years.
So I reckon if there was a method to stuff pipes up cows' arses,
okay,
the methane, we collect it in big tanks, and we could solve the energy crisis of heating homes and all that sort of thing.
Noddy, you need to get back out on the road with the band. I'm sure there's truth in it. Who's going to want to have the job of stuffing pipes up a cow's arse?
Well, I'm sure somebody will do it.
Well, you're saying that, but we've got to find the
people. Get
people.
some work experience kids working on it.
If you want me to invest my cash in your scheme, you've got to name names. Have you considered the possibility of them following through, Noddy?
Well, we'd have to have a separate pipe that's... Well, I'm thinking, I'm working on it now you've said it.
We're a good team.
There could be actually a valve that when the solids come, a valve moves...
Lets the air through, no solids.
Correct.
Like a grill.
Correct.
I'd never have a pen or paper on me when I need one.
Yeah. We could actually draw the blueprint now, couldn't we?
We could make some money out of it.
We could make a few bob.
You put that top
You
hat
might
back
laugh. They laughed when they said the world was round. They laughed.
You're older than I thought. Were you around then? That's incredible. He's like the Methuselah of rock. Well, we have to pay you deference due to your advanced years there. Noddy, it's so nice to see you again.
It's good to see you again,
I so appreciate you coming on the show. I've interviewed you a few times. I always love it. SLADE were always one of my favourite bands, even though I got punched in the face while one of your tracks was playing in a swimming pool once. Very sad, but I'm going to leave us all, you know, because this is priceless.
Baby, baby, baby!
Noddy Holder, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's great. Stick around, listen to the music, yeah? Noddy Holder. Fantastic. There you go, then.